Capricorn, so it's me Alexis. Welcome back to my Astrology channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys your new moon horoscope and tarot reading for the new moon in Libra on September 28th. So if you are a Capricorn Sun or Rising, this is going to be the video for you. Again, if you guys like my content, please subscribe to my channel or give my videos a thumbs up. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the horoscope. So what's going on right now, Capricorn? Right now, whenever it's the new moon is going to be in 5 degrees Libra, and it's going to happen on September 28th. And one thing to note is that the transiting Venus will be squared to Pluto, and I kind of want to note that square just because Venus is going to be the ruling planet of Libra, and I think that's going to be relevant because the new moon is going to be in Libra. So Libra is going to be the sign of balance and justice, a sign of relationships, socialization, external connections. That's what I kind of think of when it comes to Libra. And Capricorn, this new moon is going to be happening in your 10th house, and then the transiting Pluto is currently going through your 1st house. So, as of right now, Capricorn, you've been with this new moon, it's going to be a lot about, your career perhaps, or maybe your life goals, or, your ambitions. When I think of the 10th house, I think of your career, I think of your ambitions, your life goal, your perceived purpose in life. One way to understand the 10th house is asking the question of, why am I here? What am I meant to do? What is the best person I could be? And Capricorn, you've been really thinking about that question, and you will think about this question whenever this new moon is happening in Libra. And specifically, since it is in Libra, one question that you have is kind of like, the best self that you perceive yourself to be is someone who is peaceful, someone who is fair, just, someone who is considerate and equal to everybody. And this new moon in Libra will be a chance for you to embody that. This new moon will be a chance for you to kind of embody that peaceful, just, considerate energy. However, the transiting Pluto is going on in your 1st house. And the 1st house is, your self-expression, who you see as yourself now, and how you perceive yourself. So this is kind of an interesting kind of comparison or square because, in the 1st house you have Pluto, and then Venus you have, and Venus is going to be in your 10th house. So this is a fight between who you are now versus the you that you want to be. As of right now, with this new moon in Libra, you are trying to work on the person that you want to be, but at the same time you're being challenged by the person that you currently are right now, or the current person that you perceive yourself to be at the moment. And you're sitting here and you're kind of like, well, I want to be a certain kind of person. I want to achieve a certain kind of goal. I want to, make the steps to go there. At the same time, though, I am stuck in this perception of myself, and it goes against the person I want to be. So you're at a crossroads here because you either will go on the path where you will be who you want to be, or you will stay the way that you think that you are right now, whether that's a good thing or not. So I feel like a lot of this new moon is kind of about conflicting images about yourself, and I think a lot of this new moon hopefully will kind of mitigate that conflict going on. Now, I've seen like in the other cards for the other signs that like maybe relationships are involved. I don't really know because I'm gonna look at your cards to find out, but think about the people who support or not support your vision. Think about the people who want you to become that Libra midheaven, or Libra 10th house, or the people who really want you to be that Capricorn 1st house, and which one do you actually want? I think that's one thing that I might have to ask you. Like, who do you want to be really? Because with the 1st house, the 10th house, it's really a question of like, who are you really, and can you be who you want to be? And like, can you? Like, do you have the ability to? So yeah, this new moon could be particularly stressful in that way, just because like at the same time you may go through an existential crisis and be like, well, I don't know what I could be, and I don't know where to go, and it gets really confusing. So Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what the cards will have to say. Okay, Capricorn, it's like, I'm looking at my cards, and I would say that this is definitely more of a maybe solitary, maybe personal sort of new moon. If there's someone involved, then they are, but I really feel like this is more of an internal journey for sure, because here are the cards that I got. I got the Fountain, I got the Temperance in reversed, and I got the Knight of Coins reversed. So it's like a mixture of like comfort and affirmations, and then like some sort of criticism for you. So let me go ahead and kind of tell you the bad stuff first, and then tell you, the good stuff later. So, at this point, when it comes to your self-image and when it comes to viewing yourself, you haven't really been in peace lately, just because with the Temperance reversed, it feels like, you may only define yourself in terms of the circumstances that happen to you. And maybe, same goes for your mood. So you're at a point where you're very unstable and you can't really, establish a sense of grounding. And because of that, it kind of feels like you don't really know where you're going, and you feel like any sort of circumstance could just tear you down super easily. And because of that, there is, I think, some feeling of fear. And with this mindset, it really is slowing you down from your growth, because with the Knight of Coins reversed, usually when it's upright, it shows, a person slowly but surely growing. But when it's reversed, whatever you're trying to do right now, it's not really benefiting you at all. In terms of, having that fear mentality, I don't think it's working out for you. You're not growing. You're kind of regressing backwards, because, you're waiting on a circumstance to ruin you and to ultimately stop you from being the best person that you are. And having that fear mentality is not going to help you actually grow. And because of that, maybe you feel like you're being stagnant, maybe you feel like you're not getting anywhere. And, it is concerning, because this new moon is going to help you focus on, your goals. And hopefully for you, hopefully it helps you to be at peace with your goals also. Now, here is the piece of advice that my deck really wants you to remember. And this is the Fountain card. This card is only exclusive for the Fountain Tarot, which is what I use for the readings. And when I see the Fountain, I instantly think of infinite possibilities. I think of uniqueness. I think of potential. Capricorn, what my deck wants to tell you is that you can be whoever you want to be. It doesn't matter who supports you or doesn't support you. It doesn't matter who hates you for it or loves you for it. It doesn't matter what you think of it. At the end of the day, Capricorn, you are not in a cage. You are not in a cage. If there is any cage, you put yourself there. With the Fountain card, the message is pretty clear that my deck wants to let you know that you have the freedom to be whoever you want. You don't have to be what your parents want you to be. You don't have to be what your boyfriend or girlfriend wants you to be. You don't have to be what your past self wants you to be. You can be whoever you want to be. And, Capricorn, you may look at me and be like, well, it takes a lot of work to be something. I can't just go nilly-willy and just kind of change my goals whenever I can. And, you're right in that sense. But at the same time, though, if you trap yourself into something that you don't want to be, that's just as bad, And Capricorn, it's okay for you to change paths. It's okay for you to change your mind. It's okay for you to kind of leave the work that you've had before and go for something new. I feel like there's this feeling where, if you leave your current path right now, or a path that you don't like, you're not going to feel happy, because you're kind of I put so much work in there, it's like a waste of time. I want to let you know that it's not a waste of time. You did all of that work to figure out that maybe this work is not cut out for you. This could be a career change, for example, or maybe you changing your major or something like that. So Capricorn, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to, change your mind. And you shouldn't feel bad whenever you look back and you look at all the effort you've put into the past, because, you chose to do that work, and you should own that work. You shouldn't feel bitter for, wasting your time on work that isn't cut out for anything, because, if you really, made the true choice of doing that work, you would not regret your decisions. I think if there's a main message for this reading, it's to do what you want, be what you want, and don't regret what you've done before, Capricorn. There are new avenues for you. There are new places and paths for you to find. Just don't feel bitter whenever you have to change course. It is okay to change course. Life is dynamic. You never know how it's going to work out. And you shouldn't beat yourself up whenever you don't know that. And you really try hard to figure that out, but not even you can figure out everything, Capricorn. You're so capable, you're so cool, but not that cool. So, yeah, Capricorn, that's pretty much your reading for the new moon in Libra on September 28th. I hope that everything resonates with you, and I hope you guys have a great new moon.